That's what I do, brother. It's what I do, man. I'm a one man fucking team, dude. I've always done that stuff like this though, where it's just me.
Really?
I got into film and stuff like that. Obviously, you need a whole crew, but I prefer doing it myself. I'm kind of a control freak.
That's a good and bad thing.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. See, I'm like, I try to be a control, but I'm like to go with the flow with it. Like I'm someone that's like, I don't know, like I just kind of like, I try not to stress myself out too much.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, the less control I have, the better. Like just kind of go with whatever's happening. But then there is shit that like, I'm like, fuck, I need to be in control and I get so stressed about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's definitely pros and cons. So I feel you on like wanting to have control, but then I'm also like, just being laid back's the best.
I think it's like, because you said the stress thing, I think it's like an Asian thing where it's like, I gotta be stressed out because if I'm not, then it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything.
It's in the culture.
It's in the culture, bro. I swear, because my mom's the same way. Like, if she's not on fucking 110 miles an hour, it just feels like she's not doing anything.
Really?
But she only does it for like 4-6 hours. Then she's like, all right, I'm good.
Is it really like you know dude, this is my thing with like stereotypes. Stereotypes are a thing because they're fucking true. Is it really like do your fucking math, do your like growing up, was it like do your homework?
Always homework, bro. I'd always come home and have to do homework. I couldn't like play with my friends. Like, dude, it was weird. Like me and my sister would get off school, and then we'd have dinner.
Yeah.
And then we would just have to do homework up until a certain, unless we played sports, you know what I mean? Then sports was like an excuse to not do homework, which is why which is why we played sports our whole life.
To get out of fucking doing homework.
Yeah, but
That's smart.
it paid off for my sister because she just graduated as a doctor.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro, literally 2
I thought you were
weeks
gonna
ago.
say it paid off for my sister. She just fucking played D1 football.
No, she's a doctor now, bro. It's wild.
It's 2023. Girls can play football D1. There was that kicker in Vanderbilt for like a day.
That's true.
That
Until she
girl.
got hit.
Yeah, dude. And she's like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's what happened in my high school, bro. I went to Catholic high school.
Fuck it. Dude, Catholic school,
Hell
baby.
yeah, brother.
I love it.
But yeah, dude, so I went to Catholic school and we had one of the soccer chicks as our kicker and it like lasted like a week or two.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah, dude, my parents, like, I come from, like, my parents are very, like, successful. Like, they've done the same. My mom's been a nurse for, like, 40 years now.
Damn.
But she, like, when I was growing up, my mom went to school. She went back to school, got her doctorate. So she, like, teaches now. My dad's been a civil engineer his whole life.
Oh, nice. Bro.
But, like, they were so busy. So we got, like, the perks of, like, coming home, like, not doing homework. Dude, I used to come home. I was fat. I was so fat when I was growing up.
No kidding,
Dude,
bro.
I was a fat kid my whole life. That's what's weird. I hate talking to people about it because no one believes me. But, like, I was fat till I was, like, 26. So it was,
like,
yeah,
what's fat?
like 250.
What, bro?
Dude, I graduated college. Oh, dude, I'll show you a picture. I graduated college 250. I was fat, dude.
What?
That's why I played goalie in lacrosse in college, and it was because I was fat, and it was like I didn't have to,
yeah.
dude. Because like everyone else had to run, and they didn't expect me to be fast. So I was like, fuck it, I got out of so much shit, dude. But I would come home from school every day. I would sit on my couch, and I would take a bucket, you know, like you can get like a bucket of pretzels or whatever.
Yeah.
We always had that in my house. So I'd sit there, I'd put the bucket of pretzels in between my leg. I'd have a bowl of ranch and a bowl of honey mustard. I would just sit there and just fucking watch cartoons and eat fucking pretzels like back and forth, dude. One day my mom came, this is a true story, dude. One time my mom came home and she looked at me and she goes, you know, if you don't stop eating this way, you're going to get diabetes and lose a limb.
Did you
Dude,
stop? Or
you think Asian moms are scary, dude? Fucking nurse moms are scary.
My mom was a nurse.
That's so fucking Asian and normal.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like a lot of Asians I grew up with, a lot of Filipino Asians I grew up with, they're all fucking nurses.
For real?
I swear to God, dude.
That's so wild, bro.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Filipinos in Philadelphia?
Dude, Philadelphia has like a lot, like, yeah, like I would say like most people I went to Catholic school with, because I went to Catholic school, like grade school, high school, everything. And most Asians in my class were either Filipino or Vietnamese. Like we didn't really have any like Chinese, Korean. Yeah.
No way. I had no idea Philadelphia had that kind of like, had Filipinos. Why does it sound weird? Does it sound weird to you?
No, you sound good.
Okay. That's maybe just me.
No, it's probably my voice,
weird.
dude. It's my voice. You're hearing my voice and it sounds weird.
No, not even.
Yeah, dude. No, it's like, yeah, Philadelphia is like way more diverse than I think people think. I mean, because most people think Philadelphia, they think me like a piece of scumbag. So it's just like a fucking trashy dude. But,
What part of Philadelphia?
So I grew up in Delaware County.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a suburb, like 20 minutes outside the city. But yeah, I grew up there, and it's weird, dude, because it's like it's like sections. So there's like super wealthy. It's called the Main Line, and it's like all rich people, dude.
Okay.
Like all like the public schools in Philadelphia, that area, they're like the best in the country. So I went to a Catholic school out there, and it was like a mix of like you know, people from Philadelphia, people from the suburbs, people from like the other suburbs that are like would be, you know, I don't care, white trash.
Yeah,
like yeah, dude, it was a mix of everything, dude. I went to like the United Nations of Trash. That was my high school, dude.
United Nations of Trash. I love
dude.
it, dude.
Everybody, we had everyone, dude. It was sick. This is my the best thing I ever experienced in high school.
Yeah.
Was these two dudes were beefing. So instead of fighting like normal people do, they had a fucking rap battle.
Oh my God, dude.
In the parking lot after school, dude. I literally was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm white trash. Like
a fucking rap battle.
And they weren't good. Yeah, that's the worst part. Like
if 8 Mile just came out.
Yeah, if it was like if I went to high school with like a Mac Miller, I'd be like, oh, that's sick, dude. No, this is like two dudes that were like making mixtapes on like, you know, I don't even want to say like a studio, dude. They probably were just like recording into like, you know, like a Sony phone. Like we had flip phones, dude.
Yeah.
And they were like, they had a rap battle. And I was like, dude, this just proves you guys are fucking dorks. This doesn't prove who's cooler. This proves you guys are dorks, man. Unless one of them made it. Neither of them made it. I don't know what either of them are doing, dude.
Probably still rap battling.
Dude,
on
they're
a flip
just
phone.
yeah, they're just at their jobs just doing rap battles. It's like that scene in 8 Mile when they're getting food. You've seen 8 Mile, right?
Yeah.
When they're waiting outside to get food and it's like Exhibit rapping. Greatest cameo in a movie ever is Exhibit in 8 Mile. And then they're all rapping, and then there's like that girl and whatever, she's rapping against Exhibit, and then Eminem comes out getting food and just like spits bars. That's probably what they're doing at their jobs right now as we speak.
I love it.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Philadelphia and the rap battles.
Yeah, shout out to the scumbags of Philly, baby. I'm one of them, dude. I embrace it, man. I like.
You have to.
You have to, dude. That's like the whole thing is like you have to embrace just like where you're from.
Yeah.
I love being from Philadelphia. I really do. I love where I grew up, which is wild because like as a kid, I had to leave there to appreciate it because like I was. This was a kick in the nuts, dude. So growing up, we used to come to LA like every summer for vacation. Okay. I never knew why, and then my parents told me like, "Oh yeah, you were born at UCLA, like we lived here."
What?
And yeah, exactly, dude. I was like, why the fuck did we move?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How old were you when you found out?
I was probably like 10. Because our family was here. We kept coming and I had no idea. And then like, you know, my dad was like, yeah, like before I moved out to LA, my dad's like, yeah, you know, like Philadelphia's home. But like, you know, when we left LA, we were going to go back and then we were going to go to Germany and shit. I was like, of all the places, we could have went back to LA or went to Germany and we stayed in Philadelphia. And then I'm like, you know what? I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's like a different culture out there. We get a bad rap because of sports.
Okay.
I always say this, like people think like Eagles.
That's true. Eagles 76ers.
Dude, Eagles fans, they're like, Eagles fans are the biggest pieces of shit. I'm like, no, dude, we're passionate.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, we'll call you an asshole.
Right.
If you're wearing like another team's jersey, but then we'll throw you a beer and let you drink with us all day.
Dude, that's just how it is, bro. And I feel like people like places like that. That's just like the best. Like I always equate it to Hawaii, right? Hawaiians will just scrap it out. Like,
is that where you're from?
I was born in Hawaii, raised in Vegas.
Oh, you're raised in Vegas?
Yeah, bro.
You fucking sinner, dude.
See, it's worse than Philadelphia, probably.
Dude, did you lose your virginity to a prostitute?
No, she wasn't a prostitute. Not that I know of. No.
But maybe.
Maybe.
Dude, I used to follow, when TikTok first came out during the pandemic, I used to follow a stripper in Vegas just because like she posted how much money she made. And I was like, dude, I wish I was a girl. If I was a girl from 18 to like 25, I would be a stripper in Vegas, make all the money I could make. Dude. And at 25, be like, holy shit, I have like a couple $1 million. Vegas isn't that expensive.
No, not at all.
Make a couple $1 million.
Houses.
Yeah. Bro. And then you retire at 25. Yeah. Dude, I've only been to a strip club once in my life, but I'm like, dude, make your money how you can make it.
I saw that clip, by the way, during the pandemic, the strip club. That was funny bit, bro.
Thanks,
the Batman Bane.
Dude, it's a true story, bro.
Bro, that's hilarious to me,
I was in Nashville, Tennessee on a bachelor party. I've never been to a strip club. It's not something I ever was like, oh, I want to go. Like, it just wasn't, it's not something I'm like, oh, like, fuck yeah, strip clubs are sick, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm not I'm giving somebody money
exactly,
for I'm literally, that's the worst return on investment. I'm throwing somebody money and I get nothing out of it. Although, wait, I have a buddy. We were just talking about this. He used to go to strip clubs, and what he would do, he would rip dollar bills in half, crumble them up, and throw them.
Oh
so
my
he
God,
like would,
dude.
yeah. And they called him and kicked him out of the strip club, but like he would consistently do that.
I've never heard of that. That is fucking brilliant.
It's so smart. If
That's
you don't
so
get
smart.
caught,
Yeah.
it's so smart. But yeah, dude, I was in Nashville for a bachelor party, and they were like, "All right, we're going to the strip club," and I'm like, "Oh, I've never been." They're like, "Oh, fuck yeah, it's even better." I'm like, "Dude, this is like towards the middle end of pandemic, whatever. It's like April, May 2021." I'm like, "All right, let's go." We roll in there. First off, didn't know there's a cover charge, so already I'm out money. They're like, "Yeah, $60 to come in." I'm like, "I got to pay money to pay more money." I was like, "This is terrible." And then, I'm like, all right, at least there's going to be a buffet. I hear about these strip club buffets. I walk in, no buffet, no buffet. BYOB though, so that was cool. We got to bring our own beer. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Was there like a cork fee or whatever they call it?
No, I think we just rolled in with
Damn,
cases.
dude,
of
that's fucking dope. They don't be doing that in Vegas, man.
Yeah, dude. And then we get in there, and the girls are fully naked and wearing a face mask, and I'm like, thank God, dude. I was so afraid of getting COVID. The STIs I'm not afraid of, but the COVID, hell yeah, dude. I might get syphilis from the fucking air follicles or whatever, but like, dude, that was, and then one of them paid for me to get a private dance.
Yep, that's how the homies do it, dude.
Yeah, they were sick. I appreciated it.
Hell yeah.
But she's wearing a face mask and like asking me questions, and I'm literally like, just be quiet and just like dancing. Let's get this over with. Like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm from Florida. Where are you from? I'm like, anywhere but here. Like, whatever gets you to shut up and just get out.
They don't be shutting up though.
Dude, no.
And then game.
Yeah, dude. And then I never went back. I have yet to go back to a strip club. I was just in Mexico. My friends were like, let's do it. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm an artist. I can't go because then my jokes are over. I can never say that again. I'm lying.
To the bit, bro.
Dude, I'm lying to everybody. I was just like, I'm not paying for it. I don't want to pay for that.
I agree, dude. I agree. I like from Vegas too, but it's like I did go to a lot of strip clubs, and it's
Really?
like when homies would come out from like out of town, come to Vegas, we'd always fucking hook them up with a lap dance. Just pick a girl.
That's dope, dude. See, I'd rather if my homies come, I'd rather take them to like a bar.
Right.
Like where I'm like, all right, dude, there's plenty of girls here. Like we'll go talk. Like, and I'm like, because you're going to go home with her. You have a better chance to go home with her. If I take you to a strip club, I'm going to pay for you to get a dance. And then you're going to be my problem the rest of the night. Like,
It's true.
It's just like, get the fuck
That's
out
true.
of
That's
here.
very true. And they're hounds out there. These strippers are hounds, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see what's going on.
They're good.
Check.
Technical
check.
difficulties,
There we go.
guys. Thank you for
Check.
staying in.
Okay, here we go.
Indie
Sorry about that, Thomas.
Indie
Sorry about
podcast,
everybody.
dude. I love it. No, dude. I'm all about the do-it-yourself attitude. We're around the same age, dude. So like,
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, 34.
Okay,
Yeah.
dude, you are?
Yeah.
Man, dude, Asians really do look younger than they
Yeah,
are,
bro. Fucking
That's
black don't
sick.
crack. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Sock it on the inside. Black don't crack.
But I feel like, I feel like I don't look like I'm 30. Most people
No,
don't
not at all.
Yeah, most people don't guess it. I looked older when I was fat than now, and that's what I think that's what it is. But fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we're like, so I'm all about the do-it-yourself like indie stuff because like in high school was like really when like Mac Miller started popping off, Wiz Khalifa,
see.
frat rap,
Yeah,
like
dude,
Hoodie
yeah,
Allen,
bro.
Mike Stud, Sammy Adams, and like it was so big, and it was like, oh, these guys are like just indie dudes. They don't have a label. There's nothing, and there's something I respect about that because the hustle's so much harder.
Exactly.
To put yourself out
It
there
is.
and keep it working. And I think that's what I like about comedy. Is like it's all like no one's hustling for you.
Right.
Unless you're at the top and you're signed with an agent and they're getting you spots. Like no, like right now, like you're going to shows, you're meeting people, you're doing like, you're doing whatever you can and you're constantly working. You're going to open mics, you're talking, you're showing up at shows and, maybe somebody doesn't show up and this person knows you and they're like, oh, he can go up, whatever. But it's like, it's that whole mindset of like, oh, no one's going to do this for me. I got to do it for myself.
Exactly.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's comics out here who don't have that mindset. And I think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think, especially with this, your ego gets checked way before the door.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's
You
wild.
can't, dude. I've been booking like random shows. I used to run my own show and then I was booked. Now I'm like co-producing one and booking shows and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hit up comics that I just see and I'll get people to be like, oh, I'm not a bringer. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't know you were a Comedy Store regular. Like, my bad. You and your 800 followers. And my favorite is like hitting up comics and they're all verified. And then I look and they're following like 4,000 people and they have like 10 followers. I'm like, dude, that is like, I would rather you send me a dick pic than look on your profile and see you have a blue check mark. But having a blue check mark means nothing now, I feel like.
No, nothing.
The fact that you can buy it is so sad.
Yeah.
And people do.
They do.
Oh my God, they do. And it's like, people buy it for like, I'm like, people buy it for like their businesses. And I'm like, what are you verified in? Yeah. Like people run like a pet shop and they are like verified. I'm like, what are you, fucking Steve Irwin, dude? Like, why are you verified for a pet shop?
Duly noted. Dick pics over the blue check mark.
Yeah, dude. If I hit you up and you have a blue check mark, just send me a dick pic and I'll be like, all right, it's cool.
Listen up, guys.
Yeah.
Listen up. And girls.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Girls, I don't care. Send me a dick pic. If I don't have to Google it, I don't care. Then I won't know.
So let's get into comedy, dude. Did you move out to LA for comedy?
No, dude. I moved out for acting. I studied theater at Playhouse West in Philadelphia and in Los Angeles for like 5 years.
Is acting pretty big in Philadelphia?
It's not like big. There's like a lot of projects, so it's a lot of like there's a lot of like, you know, one day, like, you know, one line roles, like film. Like the biggest thing is like M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
The director films all his stuff. He's from Philadelphia, films everything in Philadelphia. Wow. So I auditioned for like a lot of his stuff. I auditioned for like Servant, his movies and stuff.
Oh shit, did you get on any of them?
Nope.
No.
Not even a callback for some.
Damn.
Yeah. No. Damn. The biggest this is my thing with Philadelphia is that like my biggest opportunity was to be a stand-in for a movie. Like a stand-in. Now here's the thing. Dude. I wasn't against it. I was a stand-in for it was me and my agent hit me up. She's like, hey, we're waiting to hear back. It's you and one other guy for the stand-in job. You know, but actors get it. It's like a SAG credit.
Yep, exactly.
I get paid the rate.
Yep.
I'll probably be wavered in by that point because it was like a 2-month project and it was like full-time paid. I'm like, oh, I just got to show up every day, stand there, they pay me, and I fucking read a book, sit on my phone, whatever. But like acting's like big. Like I auditioned for like, you know, it's a lot of commercials and stuff.
That's true.
And you know, yeah, man, I love acting. I do. I love it a lot.
You still doing it out here?
No, like I stopped going. No, for real. Like I fell in love with comedy.
Yeah, dude.
Comedy. The only reason I started doing comedy was, well, I always had it in my mind. Like if I can go do comedy, like do an open mic and bomb, like, then I can go into an audition and not give a shit, you know? Because it's like a
good way to put it, dude.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than trying to make people laugh and it not. Like your one goal is to make people laugh. And if you hear nothing but crickets, you failed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, if I go into an audition for like acting and I bomb, like who cares, dude? Like like it's all subjective. Comedy, it's like, no, they're jokes. You're supposed to make people, like there's one goal to make people laugh. Or it depends who you ask, like, you know, divide the room, like make people laugh, make people feel uncomfortable, whatever. So, but then I met I lived down the street from a comedy club and I would just go there for shows and I started talking to this bartender, my buddy, Anthony Storiti. And he's like, you ever do comedy? I'm like, no, like, you know, I've worked with comics, on like, I did the first season of Gilly and Keeves. I did an episode and it was all comics that I worked with. Shit. Yeah, dude. It was Shane Gillis, Chris O'Connor, Matt McCusker, Foley, Reggie Conquest, Brian Six, like all these Philly comics. And it was the best time I ever had on set. Like legit the best time. And I was there to be a background actor. And John McKeever came up to me and was like, hey man, we want you to say this role or this line. I'm like, all right, yeah, fuck yeah. And it was super dope. Like I got to interact with those guys and I did it. I was like, it was a sport. It's the press conference in season 1.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's funny, but like, yeah, I have a line and he just came up to me. He's like, all right, I want you to say this. And it's, do you think, what was it? Do you think something about like it gonna affect your ball on the narrow? I don't play golf, but it was something like a golf. Like, do you think your long drive is gonna be affected on the narrow freeway or something like that? So whatever, I say the line, and they were all like, "Whoa!" They were like, "Dude, that sounded real," and I was like, "Acting." Nah, dude, but it was like cool. Like, but that was like the most fun I ever had on set was with comics. So it's just something there. And I have this good buddy, Pat House. He's a comic in Philadelphia, travels, opens up all over for other comics. And so he would just talk to me about it. I was like, dude, like I love comedy. I've always loved comedy, but it's not something I've ever thought to do. I just wanted to be an actor, but I really wanted to make people laugh.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. And then I meet Anthony. He's like, you ever try comedy? I'm like, nah. And he's like, all right, why don't you go try an open mic? So I was like, all right, let me do it. So I went and did an open mic, and I was like, all right, this is cool. And then I was just like, you know what? This is a hobby. This will keep me busy. You know, it's going to get me on stage every day. So if I'm not in acting class or I'm not doing scenes, like, all right, at least I'm doing something. Like I'm I'm learning stage presence. I'm learning writing.
True.
I'm learning delivery. I'm
Very
learning
true.
like just improv. Right. And then it just kind of was like, okay, I actually really enjoy this. So I just started doing it nonstop.
And how long ago was this?
So I did my first open mic in like February of 2022, but how long have I seriously been doing comedy? Like a year, like legit a year. I did open mics from like February to August, and I went back to Philadelphia just to visit family and stuff. And I remember just like coming back, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take it serious, right? So I did it for like 3 months, and then Anthony took me on the road. We went to Arizona right before I went back to Philly for Christmas again. So it was like 3 months later. And I got that like high feeling of like murder, like not murdering, but like I did really well. Like for me, like I look at it as like for being 3 months in, I was like, dude, I just killed. For 3 months, I was hype. And that like I went back for the holidays, and then I got back to LA, and I'm with Anthony. He's like, dude, I watched your tape in Arizona. He's like, please take comedy seriously. Like you have, like, he's like, you, if you apply yourself, like you could be good. And I was like, all right, dude. Like no one ever told me to do stand up. No one ever, like, it was just like, they were like, hey man, you should try it.
Yeah.
But like him giving me that push was like, fuck yeah. Like, all right, let me take it serious. So that was January of this past year.
And right then you just started taking it serious?
Dude,
because I noticed that's your first post, a comedy post.
Yeah. I just started every day writing, open mic, rewriting, whatever. I'm still rewriting jokes, jokes I tried writing years ago. And it's just like, it's dope, dude. Cause like my grandfather was from like off the boat from Ireland, and came here, the classic, like $7 in my pocket,
Did you lift this mic up?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's because I have a loud voice.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Cool.
I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a big thing in comedy right now. I keep being told to like lower the mic.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, I have like a fucking loud ass voice, dude, and annoying voice.
Not even.
But
dude, not even.
But yeah, my grandfather was always big on like stay up on your studies.
Yep.
And I look at comedy and I'm like, dude, it's a never ending education. Like you're always going to learn. You're going to rewrite jokes 5 years ago. You're going to rewrite jokes that you thought were done. You know what I mean? Like you're always going to look back and be like, oh, there's another way of doing it.
That's so true. Even like 4 months in, that's so true. Like I have shit where I wrote like my first week, I'm like, I'm never going to see this again. And then I just go through my notebook. I'm like, oh shit, this works in this joke type shit almost. You know what I mean? That's wild, bro.
Yeah. Wait, that's I also, we just talked about this because I remember we were talking about it like 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah, I can't believe you're only 4 months in.
Yeah, bro.
Because like I've seen you and like, dude, you're very funny. Like just even at mics, like you keep me laughing and stuff.
Dude,
like,
thank you, bro.
Yeah, it's
Thank
like,
you, bro.
yeah, it's good. Like some people like, and it's like, I don't know what like, I'm not much further in than you, but it was like, I was like, oh, like I would have never guessed 4 months. Cause like there's some people I see that I'm like, shit, I can tell. And then there's some people that have been doing it for 5 years and I'm like, ugh, tell everyone it's 5 months, buddy. But like, yeah, for you 4 months, that's crazy. So wait, what, damn. And like, and what's crazy, dude, is I got so in my head being like, man, I'm so late to the game. I started when I was 29. No, I really started like at 30, like right when I turned 30. And then like 34. What got you to do it?
So it was like the strike happened in Hollywood. I was working in film before this.
Oh, what'd you do?
I was just like a PA, but like I produced like for YouTube companies, and then like I was just like a freelance producer. But I was like writing and directing my own short films, and I was writing feature films and stuff like that.
Dude, I wrote a short film once.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, I'll show it to you. I still have it. I'll send it to you.
Hell yeah. But I was turning 34, bro, like a week before my 34th birthday, and I was just like, well, this isn't like this film thing isn't really happening. And I just kind of fell out of love with film, and I was like, I've always wanted to do comedy. So literally the day before my 34th birthday was my first open mic in Vegas. And
wait, you were in Vegas?
I was in Vegas. Well, that's where I'm from.
No. But wait. So did you just move to LA?
No. I've been out here for 7 years. I just was there for my birthday.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, if I'm gonna
okay.
do an open mic, I don't want to be out here. I want like my friends and family to come see me.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
I told them I was like, if
I
I
would
do
want
good,
the opposite. I don't want them to see me.
I was like, if I do good, at least you'll laugh. If I bomb, you'll laugh. So either way, you're
It's
gonna
the best
laugh.
way to look at it,
Yeah, dude. And I bombed the first minute, bro, and then the last 2 minutes, I just threw the bit out and was just self-deprecating, talking shit to myself. I was like, fuck this. I don't even know if I want to fucking do this anymore. And I walked off, bro. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And a homie who's been doing stand-up for 10 years and my girl both of them came up to me and was like, you have to keep doing this.
Yeah,
like, it's just, with the comedian Matt Salt, he's a local LA, Las Vegas comedian, but he was just like, you were doing things with like the mic and moving, like, people who worked 5-10 years to fucking accomplish.
Yeah.
He was like, there's just something natural about you on like the stage presence. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is it. And as soon as I got back to LA, I like every day since I have not hit a mic.
Yeah, that's good.
Except Sundays.
Nice. The Lord's Day. Bless up. Bless up Lord's Day.
But yeah, that's like kind of like how I started. And then the podcast just started. I was just like, I fucking was talking to CJ Price, hilarious comedian.
Dude, love CJ.
CJ's amazing, dude.
But my guy.
He was just like, yeah, there's no money to be made. And I was getting depressed, bro. I was like, fuck, man, I got to move back to Vegas.
Stand up?
Yeah. And I was like, I got to move to like fucking Vegas type shit because I'm not making any money. And then I started the podcast. And now that I'm doing that a lot more, like I'm seeing kind of like a little bit of reward every week as I do it, dude. And it's like I go to the store and like fucking people who I've never talked to before will come up to me and be like, good job, dude. Like, or not good job, but like nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's like there's that thing about like, I don't know, it's just like you gotta like just with this industry, just entertainment in general, like because I studied music business in college. Like my plan was, all right, like I always wanted to be a performer, but I never gave myself that like chance. Like, I was always like, you know what? Like I want to be in it, so let me be on the backside.
That's how I was, bro, with film. I was like, let me be behind the camera.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I studied music business. I worked in the industry. I was like, all right, like I worked for this promoter and the people who had my job before me were talent agents at CAA. And I'm like, all right, that's what I want.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I want to do that. And then go be an agent, then go to law school, become an entertainment lawyer, be like, I want to make money. And I'm like, dude, the money comes, but like I'd be miserable. I hated it.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like now that like on the other side of it, I realize like in this industry, dude, it's all trial and error.
Right.
It's all starting a podcast, letting it fail. It's all putting out clips, letting them fail.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just consistent, like just the consistency and willingness to fail brings the rewards that you don't even know, dude. Like
the successful failure, brother.
That's true. Oh, dude, fuck. I didn't even know. Yeah, damn, dude. I'm so intellectual.
Yeah. But that's literally why, like, because my whole life I felt like I was a failure.
Yeah, dude.
And then it's like, it just, before I was 34, I was like, I'm a successful failure. And I was like, I said it one day, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. That's got like a nice ring to it. You know what I mean?
No, dope. It's like, yeah, man. It's like, it's that whole like, just, I give a lot of credit to young people that have like, they just know instantly what they want to do or take the faith to do it. Like for me, like I thought I was just funny because I was fat. Like I was like, oh, like that's what it is. It's like I'm the fat funny kid, which is cool. I was cool with that. Yeah. So then when I like lost, I was like, oh, maybe. But it's like I'm like, oh no, it's like the personality is what it is. It's
right.
Like, and it's just like I'm the same way I was. It doesn't matter. Like I could be 400 pounds, I could be 40 pounds. If I was 40 pounds, I'd probably be dead. Or if I was 400 pounds, I'd definitely be dead. That Lynn, my mom, told me I was losing would happen. Yeah. But it's just like, no, it's like who I am and like your personality is like what it equivalates to. And it's like, I don't know about you, dude, but like the thing I hate the most is like, sometimes I yearn like getting off stage. I'm like, I want someone to tell me I was funny. Like I need it. Like even though I hear the laughs, I know how good it was. Like I know I can, dude. Like that show you saw me do a couple weeks ago. Like I needed somebody because it's like that self-doubt of me, you know, as a kid being like I want to make people laugh, and like that's all I want to do, and then being like, but I can't be a performer. Like let me be the business side of things. Like I don't have that confidence. So it's like I yearn. Like sometimes I yearn for that. I hate that I do because I don't really care. But like at the same time, it's just like, it's nice to hear.
Absolutely.
And then I realized like, it's not even the audience I want it from. It's like comics. Like you know, right. Like dude, like sometimes like I did I was on a show. There was a Philly comic in LA, and I DM'd them and was like, "Hey, like I'm from Philadelphia. I'm an LA comic. Like, I would love to open for you, whatever." Dude, they gave me 10 minutes to do the show. Yeah, it's crazy. They gave me 10 minutes. I ended up doing 25.
No way, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was an all Philadelphia crowd. So I was just in my element, you know. Like I was writing jokes like just for Philly. Like I'll never do them, but like it was just to entertain the crowd. Dude, I ended up doing 25 minutes, and the guy who hosted the show is Ahmed. He's like he's been around, like been around for a long time.
Okay.
Very nice guy. Anyway, we went out after the show and we're just like talking, shooting the shit. Great guy. And that was like, he found out I've only been doing comedy like really like less. At that point it was May I did the show. So it was like 6 months in, whatever. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, I've only been doing comedy like less than a year. And he's like, what? He was like shocked. He was like, dude, you're natural. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. Like I need, like that to me was like shit. Like that's better than anybody else coming up to me. Although I will say, Sherry O'Terry from Saturday Night Live was at the show because she's from where I'm from, Delaware County.
Okay.
And she came up to me, gave me a hug. She's like, you're so funny, dude. She was like talking to me about SNL, going to the Groundlings. Like she didn't even move here to be an actor. Her first job was SNL. And she's just like, you got to put in the time and be ready for when opportunity comes. It's just like, dude, I love like talking to people because like everyone has a story.
Right.
And if you like listen to what they're actually saying and not like you want to interject your thoughts, you just listen to what they say. Right. You kind of answer questions that you have had your whole life.
Dude, that is such a great I've never heard that before, but you're so true. So spot on with that, bro. And I feel like that's the greatest thing about comedians is that even though we talk all the time, our comedians are just, in my opinion, really great listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
You have to be. You have to, because you have to listen, even for the stuff you write and you say while you're on stage, you have to listen to how they respond to it. Because not only is it like, oh, did that work? But you have to listen to know how to, like in that moment, how do you respond to it? If your joke bombs, how are you going to respond to it bombing? Like, are you going to crash and burn? Are you going to are you going to have fun with it? Or you be like, hey, look, I'm just kidding, guys, your jokes.
Which I've seen, dude, again, like I said, I've seen your reels. So it's like, you're really good at that right there. It's just like listening to the crowd after, if you say like, not even like a setup or something, right? And someone says something, you turn that switch on and you just go right to that person, which I haven't gotten there yet.
Really?
No, not at all, dude. And that to me was like, that's really impressive, dude. Because all your real, dude, everything was just like, you'd say the most wittiest, funniest shit every time someone comes in and fucking says what they want to say. You know what I mean? So that's interesting, that listening thing.
Yeah, I did a show one time and the sound guy came off. He's like, hey, you're really good at like letting your jokes bomb and not losing your train of thought. I was like, I think that's a compliment, so thank you.
Well, I think it is.
No, it is. No, I know.
The writing is going to come. You know what I mean? It's better, I think, in my opinion. And again, only 4 months in. But if you have that presence, if you have that like that live performance skill, rather than having the writing first, I think that it's even better because your confidence is just going to go up, right? Like if you didn't have confidence and you're just working on jokes and you're just bombing all the time, and you didn't have that skill to interact with the crowd and stuff like that, you wouldn't get those clips. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And someone told me that when you go up there, even though you've said these jokes a million times, the show or that 5 minutes or however many minutes is just for that audience.
Oh yeah,
and dude, you do that so well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, even at that show, bro, like. You worked on new stuff, you worked your bits, but when you fucking went to the Asian guy, dude, and then someone else yelled and you said something, I was just like, dude, that was like exactly what that crowd needed because I feel like since from the very opening of it, they weren't with anybody.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I was the last
you were
the last comic that night and no one talked to that kid, even though he got called out in the first 5 minutes, dude. And I was like, it was wild, dude, because he was like, also he was just staring off into space in the front row. And I'm like, I don't know if that's worse than being on your phone. Because then there was another guy on his phone, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm just like, all right, whatever. So I just fuck around with people because, like, I don't know. I appreciate you saying that because, like, if you ask me my biggest weakness in stand up, it would be crowd work. Like, I don't think
bro.
Because, like, I don't like being like, hey, what do you do for a living? Because I'm just like, I was like, something like, you know, if they throw something wild at me, I'm like, can I make it funny, whatever. But I'm like, in the moment, like whatever organically happens, that's where I'm better.
Right.
Like if organically something, like I notice something, I'm better doing crowd work that way. Yeah, and not like asking, you know, Johnny what he does for a living. I don't really, not only do I not care, I don't think I could even make it funny. Like because they throw some wild ass shit at me. I'd be like, dude, I don't even know what that is. Like, I'm a comic, dude. I'm not intelligent. I'm up here telling fart jokes.
No, I think the crowd work is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Just what I saw at that show, bro. Because like,
dude.
Again, you were I mean, that dude got yelled at like the first comic. You
Dude,
know what I mean, Joe?
I mean, the guy had the nicest camera there. I was kind of pissed. I was like, damn, dude, he could have recorded my set. Like, fuck.
And paid him.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pay him. I'd be like, hey, man. That's why I was like, dude, are you here to like steal jokes? Because like,
Yeah, that's right.
that is a wild way to do it. Like, you know what? Look, if you're gonna steal jokes, do it blatantly and just let people know. Like he had like a 4K camera with a stand, of like $2,000 lens, and they were like, "Are you a comic?" And he's like, "No," and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
But the fact that you waited the whole show to finally bring it up, like
Yeah.
that takes. I'll be in improv mics, bro, and I'll be like number 9, and I won't even fucking say shit the first person said because I'll be like, oh, everyone forgot about that already.
People are. I think one of the things that like I took from acting was I read this book by Stella Adler, and she talks about. She said, don't try to talk to the smartest person in the room. Like I'm putting it in like the dumbest way possible, but she basically was like, don't try and talk to the smartest person in the room. Like talk to like, this is mean, but like the dumbest, because she's like, the smartest person, they're the only ones that are gonna understand what you're saying. But like a smart person can understand like a less intellectual way of saying something.
Oh shit.
So you gotta like you gotta talk to the room so that everybody understands. Like, you know, like it works for me because like, yeah, I always say I'm not intelligent, I'm intellectual. You ask me what happened today in history, couldn't tell you. Yeah. But if you want to talk about a hot dog being a sandwich, we'll be here for 4 hours. It's bread and meat, dude. It's a fucking sandwich. A hot dog's a type of meat. It's not a fucking, I'm just saying.
Is that a bit?
Yeah. No, it's not a bit. No, should I make that a bit, dude? Yeah, but it's like one of those things where it's like, you got to talk to like, you got to keep everyone included. And I've seen comics go up there and be like, oh, that joke's for smart people. If you don't get it, just practice breathing. And I'm like, dude, like it works if you're really like, I don't know. Everyone's comedy. That's what I love about comedy. Everyone's style is different.
Right.
You find similarities between people, but like everyone's different in their own way. But I'm just kind of like, dude, I want everyone to enjoy my jokes. I don't want just one group to do it. I don't want a specific, like, I'm not like, oh, these guys like all my, I'm like, no, like I'll make a bit about, like I'll do crowd work with that one group, but I'll try to make it so like inclusive of everybody that they get it. Like, it's like making exclusive jokes for like people that don't get it. It's like, that's why I don't do much about Philadelphia. Like I don't really write Philly jokes. And if I do, I try to make it like universally understood.
Right. Do you have a bit that's universally understood about Philly? Because I'm trying to work on shit for Vegas. And do you know Alex Connor or Alex Kahn?
Yeah.
He said the same thing too. And he's been doing comedy for what, 10 fucking years?
Maybe,
but he can't fucking find a bit about Vegas.
It's like with Philadelphia, it's kind of like, I guess like the jokes like would be about like, is like, I think Philly is smarter than people give credit for because like we created words that are now in the dictionary that mean nothing. Do you know what a Jawn is?
A Jawn?
Jawn?
No, I saw you in one of those reels. I don't know what a Jawn.
So a Jawn was like a term we used in high school. And literally a Jawn is like a person, place thing. It's anything, dude. Like you're a Jawn, your microphone. Like it'd be like, yo, hand me that Jawn, and it'd be the microphone, whatever. So I think like the joke would be like that Philadelphia is a lot smarter than people give credit for because like we created a word that means absolutely everything and they put it in Webster's dictionary. Like it's in the dictionary. Like pieces of shit from Philadelphia just threw out this word and that's in the dictionary now. It's a real word. Yeah, it's a real word. Like it's crazy.
That's
wild. That to me is like the most universal. Like I can make like, and like a lot of comics, there's a lot of comics from Philly that do like Philly, but it's also like, I don't know. Like I try to just, my whole thing is like, what is it about me? And like, this is my point of view. Like, I'm just a guy trying to get through life. And these are the things I'm like, I'm not like a observational comic. I want to say that, but I like make observations personal to me. And I'm like, oh, like hopefully you guys all understand it.
Right.
But like, yeah, Philly, dude, I think it's hard writing specific jokes, and especially because like those jokes, will just do better in Philadelphia.
Right.
Like I'm going back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be in Philly for 2 weeks. I'm only doing 2 shows right now. So any Philly bookers, let me know.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm doing like 2 shows in Philadelphia. I'm doing October 27th at the Loft at the City Winery with Michael Lenoci and Anthony Sturdy, and then November 8th, Pat House, the guy I met at the bar, who's like the local comic. He's headlining Helium, and he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, if you can come to Philly," I was like, "Yeah, dude. I never go home. I never go back to Philly." So I'm like, the best reason to go back would be comedy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like knowing that it's like I could do Philly jokes there and know they would do well, but it's like I don't. It's not that it's not fun, but it's just like I'd rather like say more personal stuff.
Right.
Like I like being vulnerable on stage. I like saying things and what I really believe or feel and see how people react to it. Mm-hmm. What about where do you put yourself as a like? I don't know. 4 months in, it's kind of hard. Like, I mean, I don't even know where I said I'm not observant. I don't know what I am. I don't know my voice. I won't know for probably 10 years. Mm-hmm. But like, where do you see like your most relatable stuff? Is it like, I know you said like you did the self-deprecating shit, which is I did that, dude. I used to my first jokes were about self-deprecation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember I know, I meant to ask this earlier. Do you remember the first joke you said that you bombed?
Yeah, it was basically the time I used to work in healthcare, and it was the time I went to work.
So Asian, dude. Yeah. So Asian.
And I saw my first patient die in front of my eyes. Yeah.
You saw something, dude.
I saw someone die, and then like I fucking took the remote. The caretaker's like, "Oh, just lay him down." I'm like, "Okay." So I took the remote. He's dead, I thought, right? I pressed the button to go down. As soon as he starts going down, bro, he just came back alive. Swear to God. Swear to fucking God. And fucking, I freaked out. I obviously went to get the caretaker. She came back, and she's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "He's fucking alive. He's alive." And she's like, "No." And she takes the thing, puts him down, and he comes back again. And she turns around, and she's like, "Jesse, he's just dying.
Pull the plug. Just pull it. Let's get him out. Take him out of the misery. Yeah. Take him out."
It was like that. And I tried telling that joke, bro, and I didn't even get to any of the funny parts. It was just a minute in because I didn't know structure. I didn't know setup, punchline, tag, right?
Did you ever take a comedy class?
Nothing, dude. I didn't take any like improv, nothing, bro. No acting experience, nothing.
Damn, dude. That's wild. I did take a comedy class, and it was all right. But like, I was just like, they try to teach you. Like, I was like, dude, if there's one thing, you can't learn comedy in a classroom. You learn by getting on stage and just figuring it out. Like, I learned more from doing an open mic for 5 minutes than I ever did taking. I hate that I took I actually like wish I could get my money back. Okay. I wish I could just be like, hey, like that was the biggest waste of time.
Yeah.
It was like it was all right. Like it wasn't. I don't want to say it was a waste of time. It made me like I got stuff out of it, but I was like, dude, this is the one thing I'll never like. You can't learn stand up.
No.
In a classroom.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think so either. Because there's so many variables when you step on stage, right? Like, especially with the crowd, they could be all different types of crowds.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, again, like your show, bro. Like, that shit fucking happened that night I'd never seen before.
Sucked.
That was an awful
No, dude, that crowd sucked, man. They like, crowd. I was like, dude, it was just, like, I couldn't pay them to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like they just did not want to be there. And, you know, I hate the comics that like blame the crowds, but it is one of those things where it's like if you do 2 shows in one night and one crowd suck, one crowd's great, you do the same material. It's like, all right, look, it's not obviously it's not me, like
100%.
And you know, some people are like afraid to laugh, and I don't get that. I'm not a political guy. I'm not PC. Like I'm not PC, but I'm like I'm kind of like, look, like, you know, don't be malicious. Like I think that's the difference. It's 100%. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But I do think people are like, oh, can I laugh at this? And it's like,
especially out here in LA.
Yeah, man. I make a joke about literally jerking off and killing my grandma, and people are like afraid to laugh. I'm like, first off, she's dead. She won't know you're laughing. Second of all, I'm literally like, dude, like you can fucking laugh about it. Yeah. Like it's funny. It's it's true. It's real. And why not laugh? Like, but it's like, dude, it's like, why is that?
Like a thing.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think it's kind of like the climate politically of what happened the past few years, you know what I mean? Because like, I mean, I'll watch old Louis C.K. fucking like stand up and it's like, damn.
Whoa, dude. Come on now. Are we allowed to talk about him yet? I don't know, dude. Like when's the cancel thing, right? I mean, I know he's on tour. Dude, Bill Cosby's on tour.
Yeah. No.
I think Bill Cosby announced he was going on tour, dude. So I think he saw Louis C.K. was on tour. He's like, well, if Louis can go on tour, so can I.
Well, I'm going on tour.
Kids say the darnest things, don't they? Dude, I did a show one time and my buddy showed up and he was wearing a Bill Cosby shirt. Dude, it's like a fake Bill Cosby. Like somebody made like it's like that's what's so fucked, dude. It's like it is like it's a very it's like so fucked up like what Bill Cosby
of course,
did.
Yeah.
But like as you laugh about it, so fucked up.
So fucked up, dude.
But it is like one of those things. It's like comics. It's like, look, man, life is fucking hard, so you have to find the humor in everyday life. You have to, like, everything that happens, you have to find the humor in it. And and there's 8 billion people, and not everyone's gonna find the same shit funny. So that's why I hate when people say like you can and can't say stuff, or like that is funny, that's not funny, because it's like what you don't find funny, other people might.
100%.
Like. And especially like I don't know how you feel about this, dude, but when people say like you can't say certain things and it's not even about them.
That's so true.
Dude, like
that is so true.
Dude, like when I like, I'll make like my suicide joke and stuff, and I'm literally making fun of myself about being depressed and suicidal and shit. People are like, you're not allowed to say that. And I'm like, oh, are you going to kill yourself later? Yeah. Like, no, sorry, unalive yourself later?
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to be PC.
You don't got to be that here, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, and it's like they're like you can't, and I'm like, but I'm like literally the joke's about me,
right?
And just like, and then obviously the overall like culture of like, hey, like what you can and can't say and stuff, and it's like, it's just like, if it's not about you, don't tell me I can. It's literally about myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but. Like, why can't I say it? Like, these are true things that I'm just finding the humor in.
Exactly.
And people just want to say stuff like that. Like, like I was saying earlier, like both my grandparents on my mom's side are from Ireland. And growing up, dude, my grandma smoked like a chimney till the day she died. Dude, when I was like 5 years old, my grandma would tell me to go hand her, what the F word is now. Like she called them. Yeah. She called them the F words. My whole life. So like my whole life, I never thought like that was like 100%. All the time. She would say, "I'm going to go out and smoke a pile of sticks, whatever you want to call it." And it's just like, I get that it's a derogatory. Like it can be derogatory if you use a derogatory, but it's like in other cultures, it's like a different way. Like you're going to go like. You're going to see an Irish person be like, hey, like, they're like, I'm going to go outside and smoke. And you're like, yo, you can't say that. It's
especially
like,
to someone like an old head, dude. Like you
can't
they spent their whole life.
You can't teach old dogs new tricks. And especially if they're close to death, they're like, no, fuck it. I've lived this long saying what I'm saying it again.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And they deserve it, dude. Fucking life is hard, bro.
Yeah.
If you can make it that old, going through life without fucking unaliving yourself, dude, like that's fucking good for you, dude.
Yeah, dude. Especially now.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's fucking crazy, man. But I feel like now being like depressed is like cool, and I'm like, dude, I got my ass kicked for being depressed, man. See the shit people wear, dude. Like it's like so funny. Like trends are wild, dude. I was thinking about this yesterday, man. Is like, like growing up, like when we were in like high school and stuff. If you were like quote an emo kid or like were like shopped at like Hot Topic, you would get your ass kicked.
Oh, always.
Now
always.
those guys are cooler than the football, the All-American football player that's going to Alabama. They're the loser, and the cool kid is like the guy ripping cigarettes wearing a Fall Out Boy t-shirt.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. That's wild to think about, bro.
Yeah, do you ever think like, remember growing like you ever think that the style will come back? Is that I don't know, can you? Is that offensive? I haven't heard that in years. I don't know. Dude, you can bleep that out. That I said, I don't know. Is that I don't like, but that was a thing when we were growing up, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Like, dude, that was a whole thing. Like guys rocking, like, dude, like
Fubu,
Mark Echo. Like it was just like, it was the double pop. Like it was like, it's wild. But I was like thinking about them, like, dude, is that like the next comeback? And I don't know. I don't think I don't think it was never an offensive term. It was just like, it doesn't like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
Now I'm afraid I'm going to get canceled.
I'll fucking bleep it out.
Dude, you can bleep it. Yeah, bleep it out. Let people, put it on the Patreon. Yeah. Put it on the Patreon. Dude, yeah, let them guess what style I'm talking about, but I'm describing it, they would know. Like, like the oversized fitted hats and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe in like the South, right? Like the South, I feel like that'd be like a thing. Like New Orleans, I feel like New Orleans, they would have a lot of those What you just said, the W
Yeah,
word.
the W words, dude. Nah, East Coast too, Philadelphia, and
That's
guys
true,
like
yeah,
any
that's
like
true.
anything that's surrounded by like a major city, influenced by the black culture. It's like people are so weird about that. Like I was in Mexico and I was embracing. I feel like people, I don't get like the cultural appropriation. Like I do get that. I don't want to fucking say that.
Yeah.
But I feel like when people like embrace culture and like want
That's a
stuff,
good thing, bro.
It is. You should embrace it, bro. I remember like when Jeremy Lin was in the NBA, he was wearing cornrows.
That's right.
And like a lot of like the black NBA players were like, "Yo, you're like like what? Not like you're." They were like mocking him for embracing the
Right.
culture, being like, "You can't do like not you can't do that, but like whatever." Like it's, I don't know. And Jeremy Lin was like, "That's like me saying you guys can't get Chinese tattoos because that's my culture." Like how
That's
many
so
people
true.
do you know that have a Canadian player on my lacrosse team in college had a like Chinese symbol on his arm. I was like, what does that mean? He said something. I was like, probably doesn't mean that, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, you know, you just got it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that like, I love like, dude, that's why I love like embracing other cultures, like the food, the atmosphere. Like it's great. Like that's what we should do.
I totally agree.
Embrace, like, dude, every kid when they graduate high school should have to go live in another country for 1 year.
Dude, and
Like,
I think
you know, I'm not saying like a war terrorized, but like go live in like, you know, Hong Kong, go live in, you know, Dubai, go live in Qatar, you know, England, Ireland, France, Paris, whatever, like South America, Mexico, whatever. But like go and see what other cultures live like.
Right.
Like, you know, we do like that's the one thing, man, is like I dated a girl one time and she literally told me she would never travel outside the country. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
damn, really?
I'm like, dude, the world is amazing.
It's amazing, dude. It's
Bro.
amazing. And because my girlfriend's France.
Oh shit, for
Yeah,
real?
yeah. So and
Nice.
it's like one of those things where
You guys would have cute ass kids, bro.
yeah, dude, that's we talk about it all the time, bro. We talk about it all the time.
Damn, you're
yeah.
talking about kids with her? You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
aren't
7
even
years.
engaged? 7 years?
7 years, bro.
You're not engaged?
No.
And she's still with you?
Oh yeah.
Damn, she must love you.
She must love me, right?
Dude, you're giving her that good. That's crazy, dude.
I do.
Dude, yeah. Maybe French girls are just more patient, dude.
Well,
7 years. Is she from France?
Yeah, from France. She's very patient with me, bro. Like I talk about it all the time. How just like she changed me as a man completely. She's younger than me, but she's way more mature. You know what I mean? And it's like it's one of those things where if I didn't meet her, bro, I really don't know who I would be today.
Yeah.
Like I was such a scumbag before I met her, dude. Such a scumbag for Vegas, dude. Like,
Love it. Nah.
But it's like she really did change me, bro, and I'm so grateful to have her as my girl. It's
that's
wild,
good, dude.
yeah. But
Damn,
you're right,
7
dude. Like
years.
you just need to go out and experience that shit to appreciate what we have here. Like my sister went to the Philippines before the pandemic. I'd never been, but it made her appreciate everything we have here.
Yeah,
like
dude.
how. So that's wild to me that how people don't want to experience other cultures because you can learn a lot, dude.
Bro.
A
Yeah.
lot.
When I was in Mexico last week for a wedding, it was first off the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Where Jalisco you went? To?
So I was in the state of Jalisco, but I was in the town Ajijic, and it's called a magical town. Like so they preserve it a lot. It's
Okay.
a lot of retired like
Yep.
Americans and Canadians move down there. And dude, it's like to go to a country where like you see, you know, like wealthy people and then just dirt poor. But like these people like walking down the street just saying buenos noches to everybody.
Dude,
and
they're so-
they say it right back to you. And like in LA, I'm like, hey, how's it going,
Dude,
guys?
nothing.
And they'll give you the finger. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
all
gosh,
right,
dude, thank
like,
God you
Jesus.
brought this up because it's something I've been struggling with for
Dude,
7 years out here, bro.
It's crazy. And it's just like that kindness. Like, dude, when I moved to LA, I hold the door for people and it's like I gave them $1 million. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I'm like, yeah, what? I'm like, dude, that's normal. What do you mean? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're walking in and I'm leaving or vice versa.
Yeah.
I'll hold the door for you. That's a weird thing not to do.
Dude, I especially like again growing up Hawaii, raised in Las Vegas. Those are two hospitality cities.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone over there and both cities have a smile on their face, dude. You know what I mean? No matter how bad their life is. And out here, you could be fucking the richest person. You have everything for you, but they're the biggest assholes, bro.
Yeah, dude. And it's definitely like that. Like definitely growing up with Irish immigrant family. Like, you know, you just take care of people. Like
100%.
you make sure there's food. Like my grandma would always say, if you leave here hungry, that's your fault. There's plenty of food. You know, when you're done dinner, do you want coffee? Do you want tea? You know,
Exactly, bro.
You know, then they like make sure like, you know, it's like, all right. And then they'll give you the thing, be like, all right, everyone's out in like 20 minutes, like get what you want like now. And then everyone's gone.
Right.
And it's crazy. And it's crazy. What's nuts is, dude, right before the pandemic, my brother is in the military and he was stationed in Okinawa, Japan.
Nice.
And we were all going to go over there and visit right before that. And I wish I went so bad because like I haven't been to Asia and I want to experience that. I hear great things about it. And, you know, I've only been to Ireland and Mexico, but it is just like that thing of like, you know, Ireland, dude, if you ever get the chance to go. And my favorite thing about Ireland is you don't stay in hotels, you stay in bed and breakfast.
Oh shit.
So you're staying at someone's house, you wake up and they make food for you and they have conversation, they talk with you. They want to like listen to what you have to say. Like, and like here, dude, like, you know, it's just, I feel just, I don't know. This country, not the country, like I'm not political, but I just feel like a lot of people are just so wound up in themselves,
right,
that it makes it hard to like just appreciate the little things of just like conversation, you know, getting someone a coffee, getting, you know, that thing of like, hey, like let's go, like not even lunch, like I don't want to get lunch with you, like, but like let's get coffee, let's go walk, let's go do something,
but
like,
just some sort of interaction,
yeah,
right? Some sort of like acknowledgement, like what you're saying, just a smile and hey, how are you? Like, dude, that's my girlfriend was telling me the story. It's like this dude from San Francisco. He wrote a suicide letter. I don't know if you heard about this, but he said,
the guy who survived.
No, but well, basically, he wrote a suicide letter at home, and he said, if
one person
smiles at me,
bro, how insane is that? And not one person smiles at him.
One person smiled at him,
bro. Did you ever see? There's a guy that. Did you ever see the thing about the guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and lived?
Survived as a joke?
Dude, no, as a joke,
dude. There's this kid just recently who
jumped. No. This is like a dude who like was full out there to commit suicide, and like it's a crazy story, bro. There was like one person there that like he was on the bridge, and when he jumped, he says like, as soon as my hand left the railing, I regretted it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he said there was one person on the bridge and saw him jump, and this guy, I forget his name, but like came out like he's like a motivational speaker now, like talking about like it. And he said that the guy who saw him jump wrote him a letter being like, I always wondered if you survived or not. Like, I'm so glad to hear your story now. Like he like remembered it. He's like, I've lived with that moment every day for my whole life, not knowing if you survived. And like, I'm so glad you did. And like, you had a second chance at life and shit. But like somebody jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge as a joke.
It's a joke. It was like with two other homies. And then he was just like, I'm going to do it. And he did it. And
did he die?
Just a bruise.
A what?
A bruise. I don't know when it was.
Dude, fuck. You know what? I wish he died.
Yeah,
as fucked up as that is.
No, I agree,
like, it's not like, it's like, it's not even because like,
but it's like people have died doing that shit, bro.
Dude,
like,
it's literally the #1 place for suicide in America. So it's like, that's not a joke. Like, like it's one of those things where it's like, there was like a YouTuber the other day I saw who like was harassing a guy in a mall, and the dude straight up like shot him. Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, dude, gangster,
and,
bro.
Yeah, dude. And the guy who shot him's going to jail, and the other guy's like, I'm still gonna
2 to 10 years.
Yeah,
bro.
and the guy's like, I'm still gonna make prank videos and da da da. I'm like, bro, like someone have to shoot you in the fucking face.
Dude, I was 100% with that guy who shot him. Because like if someone was treating me like that, I'd fucking sock him in the fucking face,
dude,
bro.
exactly.
Like,
and the guy's going to jail, and the only reason the guy's going to jail is because he shot inside a building.
Yeah, that's right.
Outside, it'd be like. But it's like, that I can't stand, like, that's not, like, as a comic for me to sit there and be like, that, what is funny about being like, I'm going to pretend to jump, like, not pretend, I'm going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge and make a mockery of, like, suicide. Yeah. Like, I know I make, like, suicide jokes and whatever, but it's like, I'm making it about myself and, like, how I grew up, but I'm not like, yeah, these fucking pussies that can't handle life. Me. Yeah, look at me, I'm gonna kill myself because I can't handle. No, it's like, dude, people feel that shit. So I try to make anybody that feels that way or has thought that way, I try to make them like, you know, laugh about it in a way, but like to pretend to jump or not pretend, but to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge as a joke, quote unquote. It's like you're the person that should have died, not the people that hated life, dude.
Exactly.
It's fucking. I don't know, dude. The internet is the greatest and worst thing of all time.
Agreed.
It's like, you know, we're the last generation that knows what it's like, that had MySpace and Facebook.
Right.
That had flip phones and iPhones.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That like we grew up with everything advancing. Like there's kids that get cell phones now and their Instagram. And I'm like, you guys don't even know what it used to be like, dude. Like when we first got Instagram, no one was on there being like, I'm going to make this a career.
Yeah.
And now there's kids' goals, aspirations to be an influencer.
Right.
And to me, that's the craziest thing because like, look, if you're hot at 21, that's awesome. By 31, maybe not.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you stop being hot? Because when you stop being hot, pervs stop paying. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing, dude. You know, if I'm an influencer, I'm giving shout outs to all the perverts out there because that's who's supplying my lifestyle is pervs. So it's not even a joke. It's real, dude.
Yeah, it's real.
Dude, like the internet is like, dude, I mean, like that's what I mean is like, it's so counter to it because it's like, it's so good in the way that like, you know, you like catch horrible people like predators and shit. Like it's a way that they've stopped multiple predators and found them and stuff. But then they've also created this access for predators. And, you know, it's like
bad, bro.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
Dude, it's bad. Like, you know, used to get like, dude, like growing up, like I was getting bullied the old fashioned way, being called fat and telling to kill myself in school. I didn't go home and deal with that. And now it's like you post a picture and someone's like, you fat fucking pig. And you're like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'm fat. Let me not. Like I would, dude, I would, if I was the age where I started getting, I've been clinically depressed. I was 10, so like 20 years.
Shit, man.
So if I was 10 years old today and like that shit, like, dude, I would have this self-esteem would be like, I don't even know, like the lowest of like, you can, like, it's crazy, but it's like, but then it's so like, that's what I mean. It's so good and so bad. And it's, I don't know. I think if the world, like I always think of like, you know, the movie, The Purge.
Yeah.
The worst horror film of all time. I fucking hate that movie. It's such a dumb movie. But the only good part of that scene is where the girl clocks her in the face with a shotgun. It's the only funny part. The whole movie sucked. But I think of The Purge as in like that one day. I'm like, dude, if there was just one day where the government shut down the internet, dude, World War III would erupt in a minute. Not even like, not World War III, just the United States war with each other. Like dude, people would go insane without the internet.
You think so?
Dude, yes.
Yeah, I get
Dude,
it. Yeah.
think about, we get notifications on our phone telling us how much screen time we used.
Yeah, that's so true, dude.
Dude, like you ever get, like I've gotten it and I feel like a piece of shit. It's like, hey, you spent 6 hours on your phone today. I'm like, dude, fucking put a gun in my mouth.
Bro.
6 hours on a phone. I'm like, I better have gotten something done. And then I'm like, nope.
Nothing.
I didn't even watch porn or anything. I'm just on like TikTok. Like, dude, 6 hours, like at least 6 hours of porn, you're doing something. Like 6 hours of TikTok, it's just like,
bro, did you know that fucking like porn addicts are like they be doing like 12-hour like weeks type shit?
What?
On porn.
12 hours a day?
Like at least.
12 hours
a week.
12 hours a week?
A week, at least.
What is that?
Hours.
Well, it's like an hour.
That's like 2 hours a day.
2 hours a day? That's insane,
at least,
dude.
At least. That's like the bare minimum of a porn addict.
That's crazy, dude. The bare minimum?
The bare minimum of
12 hours a week? I mean, dude, I don't know. Like, I've never been addicted to porn. I don't have an addictive personality.
No, good for you.
But also, I feel like the thing is like, I'd rather get addicted to a lot of other stuff than porn.
Oh yeah,
like that's like
stand up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Or just like alcohol, because at least I'm social. But like, I don't know, dude. At least if you get like if you get it, that's crazy. 12 hours a week. Of watching
bare
2
minimum.
hours a day. So that's like, let's say it's an average guy works a 9 to 5. So you're working 8 hours a day. You know, let's add in an hour of commute.
Exactly.
So let's say like you're at 10 hours already for your day. You sleep, let's say the average is like 6 hours, 16 hours. So you have 8 hours left in your day. 2 of those are dedicated to porn. So now you're at what? 6 hours left.
Eating, right?
Eating,
preparing dinner,
watching TV.
Right.
Yeah, other shit. Like, so you give yourself 6 hours a day. If you're like the average Joe, 9 to 5, and you watch 2 hours of porn, minimum.
Right.
There's guys that are probably watching 6 hours of porn and giving themselves 2 hours to eat.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's wild, bro.
It's like you know, like get addicted to the fucking gym. Like get addicted to the gym or something.
Anything else but that. God damn.
I mean, dude, but it is one of those things where like it is definitely programmed in your brain, like, and you can't help it. Like you do get addicted to shit you can't help, right?
Right.
You know. Yeah. Like sex addicts and shit. Like it is a thing, and it's sad that people are that way. But I mean, like if you try to get help, but like porn is. I watch porn, dude. It's not that great.
Yeah, right.
I'm by myself, bro. And then when the computer screen goes blank and I stare at myself, I contemplate what I just did, and then I'm like talking to God and being like, "I'm so sorry." And then God was in the room with me anyway, dude. Jesus is around you all the time. I think. Maybe we just got to put the fear of God in people and be like, hey, Jesus is watching you jerk off, dude.
But bro, I think we do. This world's gone so crazy, bro, where it's just like they're even turning evil shit into religion. I'm like, first of all, these people who are against religion are turning their own beliefs into religion.
Wait, I went on a binge of cult documentaries. Oh my God, it is my favorite thing.
Yeah, cults?
Dude, insane. Like they are it cult. Like, dude, I like cults are so nuts to me because it's like these people proclaim like, dude, it also shows like how lost people are.
Yeah, man.
That like people claim to be like God reincarnated and have like followers, and it's just like, you know, unless this dude's turning water into wine and partying like Jesus did, you know, you're not God, bro. Like God could feed thousands of people with 7 fishes and 2 loaves of bread, dude. I remember Catholic school.
Yeah, dude.
But like, it's insane. And I watch, dude, like, and it's just like half the time they turn out just to be pedophiles. Like that's what it is, dude. Yeah. Like the guys are pedophiles, and then the women cult leaders, they're just like the most abusive people. Dude, no.
Sex addicts, right?
No, they're not. No, dude, they're just like abusive. Dude, they're crazy.
No kidding.
They get like guys, dude, I watched one where like a woman got like people to go murder like other members of the cult. And like, dude, because women are so smart, bro.
That's true.
Women are so, like, I would never join a cult ran by a woman because women are just so smart that I would listen to what they say and be like, that's right. A guy telling me he's Jesus, I would like laugh at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that, I would laugh at it. But like women, because men are, we're dumb. Yeah. We are absolutely, like, I will admit it, dude, guys, we're idiots. We're fucking dumb as doornails. But like women are so intelligent that they were like, I know how to win this over, bro. I would never join a cult ran by a woman. Not because I'm sexist, because I'm like, no, they're too smart for me. Like they're like, dude, they're so smart.
I gotta get on this cult fucking documentaries, dude.
It's on HBO. It was People Magazine investigates cults. There's like 12 episodes. Okay. Dude, it was like shit. There was like, you know, the classic like Jonestown one. And, Charles Manson.
Right.
And then the Charles Manson one's fascinating, actually.
Yeah, that is a fascinating one, dude.
Yeah, but then there's just ones you've never even heard of. I didn't even know about them.
They're everywhere, dude.
Dude, they are, man. It's just like, cult's fascinating. It's definitely because I grew up religious, but like not even like super Catholic. Like we're Catholic, but we're like, I always said like we're liberal Catholic. Like my parents they're not like practice what the church preaches.
Right.
They're kind of like, you know, they agree with the church, but then they also have different political views, and they're like, you know, they separate church from state. So I grew up in like a good household of being like, hey, like be free thinking, like, you know, believe what you want to believe, but like have your reasons for it, and like, you know, do what is for the greater good of the humanity, not the greater good of yourself. But yeah, then like, so religion's always fascinated me. I mean,
Are you still religious?
Yeah, not like I don't go to church. I'm not like practice like, yeah, like I'm not religious. I'm faithful, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go
to
church, but you know, I like when I do like at that wedding, like the weddings and stuff, it's like, I like being there and like hearing it again. It's like, okay, like it's good. Like I feel good about it, but I'm like, it's not right now. It's not something for me. I mean, who knows? People find God in the most random way possible, dude.
I'm telling you, bro, like I went to Catholic school, didn't go to church. As soon as I graduated high school, never went to church, never stepped foot in a church, was an atheist, all this stuff.
Really?
Bro, I literally found God fucking 2 months ago.
Shut up.
Swear,
That's dope, dude.
Because of this.
That's sick, bro.
Because of this, dude. It's like, and everything I do now has to come from the heart.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as I accepted it in my heart, I felt there's like an overflow of love that came out of me.
Stop trying to get me to join your cult, you psycho. Get out of here, dude, with that fucking letting Jesus in my heart, dude.
It was wild,
you
though, bro.
You let Jesus come inside of you?
Damn.
No, I'm serious. You let him come inside of you. You let the Lord come inside of you.
Yeah, I did let him come inside of me.
You let the Lord come inside of you, dude. My favorite quote from any TV show is Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the religious one where where Charlie's like, he's like,
oh, where they're doing the fucking,
with the God. He's like, if loving God makes me gay, well, I guess I'm gay for God, because God's a man. I don't know if God's a man. God's a being, I guess. Like, it's like God's a being, dude. Like, God is a being. We don't know, man. That's what faith is. Faith isn't fact. Faith is faith. It's just, hey, this is what I believe, and you know, you hope you're right. You have faith in yourself. You don't know it's going to happen. You have faith. You know, you'll have faith. You'll make it as a comic. You don't know it's going to happen.
Right.
That's what religion is. Religion's supposed to be faith, not fact. And I think that's what drives me away from it, is that people take it so literally.
Yeah.
You know, especially growing up, like going to Catholic school and like just the way they teach it and stuff. And what's wild is like when I was in college, I went to a Methodist school, but you didn't have to take, like, it wasn't like forced upon. It wasn't like a uber Christian, but it was like the religious, you know, affiliate was Methodism. And I would go to Catholic mass more when I was in college than when I graduated. It was really like 4 years ago, like 4 3-4 years ago, I just kind of stopped going, and I just go Christmas, Easter, or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, I didn't lose faith. I don't think I need to go to church to be, you know, to God, for me to, my relationship with God shouldn't be dependent upon if I give him an hour. Like if you, like, that's my whole thing, is that like, if people depend on the mindset of like, oh, you have to go to church and like giving God your hour, it's like once a week, you're going to give God an hour. Like that makes you good. No, dude, what makes you good is like being a nice person, being genuine, being real, being honest, being sincere. Like, you know, it's little things, man. And,
I totally agree. I simplified it for myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I just want to build a relationship with God, because I feel like that's all He wants right now. You know what I mean? It's just to start trusting it again, and doing that, and the faith thing, dude. Like just having faith in Him. You know, and as opposed to like going out and be like, oh God, I need this. Oh God, I want this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the faith in God. Like they talk about, you know, the vocation in life, and like it's weird to think this, but I'm like, is God, you know, the God vocation stuff, I'm like, is God asking me to be a comic? Is He asking, like, you know, somebody has to do it. And if God calls people to do things, He calls people to do this. So it's like, well, maybe that is what He's asking me to do. Because everything else I've tried, I've had multiple professional jobs. I've had multiple side jobs. And it's just like, nothing ever seemed right. And it's just like, always something drew me back to this. And it's like, maybe that's what God's calling me to do. It's just like,
and I think once you figure that out, it's how you do it, which shows your appreciation for God. Like me doing this podcast and comedy, that's all I'm doing it for now. It's like I want my life to be like an example of what happens when you do follow. Yeah,
dude. It's just like, and that's the whole thing is, man, like religion's a part of your life. It shouldn't be your whole life.
Exactly. Yeah.
You shouldn't base every movement, political view, agenda based on your religion. It should just be a part of your life. And then you have to look at like like I said, dude, we said earlier, there's 8 billion people on this planet. Like, you know, we're not a Christian nation,
right?
But literally our Pledge of Allegiance is one nation under God.
On our money.
Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy, because it's like, if we're not a religious affiliated nation and it's a freedom of religion, but all we do is base it off religion, it's like, then we are. Like, that's what we are. True. We say one thing, but we do another. True. And that's what drives me away from politics. I'm not political publicly. Like, I watch stuff and I like keep updated. I keep like informed, but I'm not like, that's fuck yeah, dude. Like, people try to talk to me about politics. I'm like, dude,
it'll creep up on you. I thought the same thing when I was 30, bro. Now at 34, I'm all about it.
Politics?
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Dude, for real?
Yeah.
Are you open about it?
Oh yeah.
You like tell if you have no problem like stating your
No, if you want to talk about, I voted for Trump in 2020.
That's cool, dude. Yeah. I don't care. But here's the thing, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me what you. I don't care. You voted
and that's what I appreciate.
You know
what
I
mean? Like,
I got mad at my mom in 2016 when it was Trump Hillary, dude.
Right.
My mom, she like asked me who I voted for, and I'm like, I've been registered. I'm an independent. Political people hate me because I say I'm independent, because I am.
Same here. I'm libertarian. I just want freedom.
I registered when I was 18 years old as an independent because I grew up with liberal parents and Republican grandparents. And so I was getting both sides. I'm like, all right, let me just do my own thing. But in 2016, my mom was like, who did you vote for? And I was like, and I made a joke. I literally teased her, like not teased her, but I like kind of dangled like a donut over a fat kid, like, you know, making her guess. And she said to me, she's like, something about Hillary being like, this is our only chance to get one woman, like this could be the only shot. And I'm like, that shouldn't be your reason to vote.
Exactly.
I go, you're basing it off of gender. I go, it should be that you think she's going to lead the country the best.
Exactly. Yeah.
You think she's going to.
Which is why I did it.
Yeah.
In 2020. That was my first time I voted ever in my life.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I'm not going to do it again.
You're not going to vote again?
No, I don't.
Vote
maybe.
Trump?
I won't vote for Trump.
I don't even know. Can he run, dude? Can you be president in jail? Dude, I'll be honest, not Trump, but I'm like, dude, if your president's in jail, man, that's like. Your country should be the scariest country in the world.
Yeah.
If your leader is in jail running shit like a mob,
right.
Dude, like that's like mafia shit. The mafia would run the mafia, or the cartel could run it out of prison. If you're the leader of the United States and you're in jail running it, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Just a power play, just fucking moving pieces around, fucking
in jail, giving fucking what are those things called? The fuck Uncrustables.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they're making
top ramen.
No, toilet wine.
Shanks.
No, not toilet wine, dude. When they make wine and shit. Dude, there's like dudes in prison. I guess like prisoners can have phones now because there's dudes in prison.
TikTok
making
bro.
food and shit. They're like going to teach you how to make ramen, mac and cheese, grilled cheese sandwiches. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, that looks banging, dude.
So fire, dude.
Oh, that's
so
crazy, man. Dude, I think if jail was co-ed, it'd be sick. I think like I wouldn't mind going to jail if it was co-ed. I'd be like, I mean, for real, dude, that'd be crazy. That'd be nuts, man. But maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's where we're moving, dude. We're getting really progressive. Maybe we are gonna move to like, non-binary prisons where you have everybody.
That's true. Actually,
or non-gender prisons,
that, bro. Because they put like transgender women or men. I don't know what to call them, but they're like men or people who used to be men in
women prisons.
Yeah, and they'll rape the women.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Are you serious?
I swear to God,
dude. That's so fucked.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Man.
I mean, not that I don't care about the trans people being there, but it's just like rape in general.
Yeah,
like it's just like rape. I mean, dude, like, fuck, dude. Yeah, man. See, I don't like that. That to me is like more of my like politics is whatever, dude. But I'm like, like like shit like that blows my mind. That like people care more about politics than the fact that like a rapist getting off and shit like that, and like man. That's like insane, dude. Like it's fucking nuts, bro. There's something I was gonna say though about fuck. It was. God damn it. It was about prison, maybe. I don't know. Fuck.
We're talking about politics before that.
Yeah, no. The whole Trump thing, man. Like where was I? I was in Huntington Beach, and they had like Trump's mugshot on a shirt and shit.
Yeah, dude.
And it was like free. It was like, like free, like when Meek Mill was in jail, they had shirts that was like free Meek, and it was like Trump's mugshot. It was like free Trump, or like, I don't know, dude. It's just like, I just can't deal with people just like, because that's the whole thing, man. Is like now it's not about politics. It's about this person, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like you don't. It's no law. Like when people get so invested into a politician or a public figure or whatever, and like they take their word,
right? Yep.
Like as fact. Mm-hmm. That's where it gets terrifying because then it's like, like it I don't know, man. I feel like, all right, I don't know what it is. See, the problem is I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the right answer is, and I like wish I did because I have like my opinions, and I know that's what I think, but nobody else. Some people might agree, some people might not agree, and it's like like I never voted for Trump. I never did. I didn't vote for the guy. It was more or less like I like looked at it and I was like just. It became so much of like a mockumentary. Like I really feel like if you took all the press stuff and who's that big mock? Is it David Guest? Is that who's the guy who did like Best in Show and stuff? He's like Christopher Guest, I think. I don't know. There's like a guy who like, all right, think about it this way. If you took like all of like Trump's time in office and then you like made it like, and then you took like the Office TV show, and they were like his like political people, like the way they talk to the camera, and you took his real footage and you put that together, you would think it was a mockumentary. Like you would like, and that's where I was just like, dude, like I was like, it just became so wound up about this guy over like, well, what is he gonna do?
Right.
Like what?
I think
what
it's the same Biden too this year or this past couple of years though too, right? It's like the dude can't find the microphone. Imagine if you as a stand-up went to stage and you're like,
yeah, that's you want my biggest factor is the fact that like when most people like think about the average guy, you graduate college at 22, then you're gonna go work for 40 plus years, then you're gonna retire and live your life. And, and people fucking hate this. I say this because everyone says it, but it's true. It's like, dude, when you're electing people that are over the retirement age to run a country, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, he can't find the microphone because he's fucking like losing it.
And that's why I didn't vote for him. Because like, again, I worked in healthcare and I saw the dementia coming. Bro.
And it's like, and you can't control that shit. It's like, I mean, dude, even FDR had polio and was able to run a country. Like, and that's like, he was in a wheelchair. But it's like sometimes like, like I think, that you can't run for president until you're 35. I think you should be able to run after 55.
Exactly. Dude.
You should have 20 years to run because then by the time you're 55 and you can't get like, and that's a lot, you can't run again because, well, maybe, but like by the time you're reelected, you're going to be 60.
Yep.
And at that point you'd be thinking about retirement.
Exactly.
So it's like, why do we put people in power of things that like when they're on their way out, dude, because they don't deal with the repercussions and shit.
Right.
And
That's
I
true,
sound like a
bro.
fucking Gen Z TikTok idiot.
No, not even.
But like but it's like people don't want to be like, oh, that is true. It's just like, dude, you gotta go, you go through life to be a good person, be respectful, and hopefully come out on top and be like, hey, I had a good run.
Yeah.
But it's just like money can change people. And it's easy when I don't have any to say like, I don't think money would change me.
True.
Fame would change. But it's like, but I'm so confident in who I am and know who I am as a person that like the only thing money would ever change for me is the people around me. I would take care of people. Like I respect people that do that, but it's just like that sense of power and stuff. Abuse of power is insane. And
it's like, how much money do you fucking need, bro?
It's so true. Cause like, dude, Denzel Washington said it. He goes, dude, when you die, there's no U-Haul following your hearse. And
Denzel's a real one though.
Yeah,
he's a real one.
He
bro.
is, but it's so fucking true,
Yeah.
man. No, you can't bring anything with you when you die. And then people talk about like, oh, well, I'm just, they want to create generational wealth. And I'm like, all you're doing is creating people to not have to work for anything in life.
Exactly.
You're just separating stuff more and more where it's like,
which we've seen, which is the reason why like fucking those oligarch shit doesn't work here. You know what I mean? Because the oligarchs like in Russia, it's just them being rich and they just pass it down family to family and they don't do anything. Dude, you get bored, right? Like,
dude, we literally escaped a country of monarchy.
Exactly.
Like to create a place of freedom and democracy. And now we're just like the rich you can be rich, but never rich enough. And then the whole idea of like, oh, I worked for this. This is like, I worked my whole life to get this. And it's like, yeah, but the people after you don't. They're going to they won't know what it's like to work 3 jobs to pay. Like the division of society is so wild. And it's like, dude, like
divide and conquer, dude. It's that old idea of divide and conquer. It's like an old Roman like tactic, right?
Yeah, bro.
They would just divide the people so they could take all their money through taxes. They could fucking take all like death tax, all this stuff. So it's just been, it's an idea and an ideology that's been around for thousands of years. Yeah, it just doesn't seem people have a grasp on that.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Not a lot.
Dude,
I've heard this is the thing, right? This is the thing now,
bro.
the
Somebody
Roman
asked me
Empire.
that, and I go, when I watch Troy.
Yeah.
After that, I don't think about it. Like what, dude? If I'm thinking about the Roman Empire, I have way too much time on my hands.
Way too much fucking time, bro.
Dude, like it means like SpongeBob isn't running on TV or something.
I love SpongeBob.
Yeah,
bro.
so do I. SpongeBob is timeless,
yeah.
but it's like, yeah, it's that whole divide and conquer, and just like it's separation of classes.
Yeah,
and that's like that's the whole thing. I'm definitely hypocritical because I am like, make your money while you can, but it's like for you, not for the people after you. Because like, I love Shaquille O'Neal. I think Shaquille O'Neal is a person everybody should watch. This guy made hundreds of millions of dollars playing basketball, but then invested it into companies.
Yep.
And his kids, they don't have, like, think they might have trust funds or whatever, but if they want money, he makes them do a PowerPoint presentation and give them a business pitch about why he should give them money for their idea. And he doesn't give it all the time because he's like, this is you don't have money. I have money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You have to make your money.
Right.
So come to me with an idea for me to invest in you. So I make money and you make that's how it should be. I think Deion Sanders is the same way with his kids. He's like, look, like it's just, but that's what it is.
Bro, Michael Jackson was like that with his kids. What he would do is
with his actual kids or the other kids.
His real kids.
Okay, I don't know. I mean,
Right.
hey, dude, I don't even remember when he died. Like, that's a tale as old as time. I don't think we'll ever know. That's like the eighth wonder of the world. Yeah. Was it true or not?
But his daughter now is like going on podcasts and stuff like that. And she said when they were kids, what they would do is read a book and they would be like, okay, you get one toy.
Dude, I saw that.
Yeah,
shit.
bro, that's fucking dope.
But I fucking appreciate that.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
You gotta force people. Not force, but you're giving incentives to educate yourself.
Exactly, bro.
And
those are skills. Like those are skills that you fucking can't learn if fucking your parents just like, yeah, here's fucking $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000, dude. Michael Jackson had more money than God, dude.
Yeah.
Like those kids trust when they turn 18. It's just like you never have to work another day in your life, but like they find other ways to do it, and and that's like, people talk about like nepotism and stuff, and like here's my thing with nepotism. This is the one thing I like about comedy. There's nepotism to get your foot in the door, but if you're not funny or you're not good, that nepotism doesn't matter.
That's amazing, dude.
But like music, film,
Oh my
acting,
gosh.
directing, nepotism is at its height. But I do give those kids credit. Like they do get their foot in the door, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to pan out.
Right.
Like you still have to work for it. So I do give like rich kids that like go and like actually pursue something is awesome. And if they pursue
100%.
something outside of like the entertainment industry, even better. Like
Even better.
go do like, but it's like cause I grew up with a lot of rich kids that like, you know, they would get cars and stuff and, you know, and like they didn't have to work for anything. They never had a job. They could just get money. And it's like, the pros and cons. And like, you know, part of me was like, I wish I had that opportunity, but I also know like my mindset is just, you have to hustle every day.
You have to hustle.
You got like, I truly believe there's two people in this world. There's hustlers and those that get hustled. And you want to be a hustler. You have to be a hustler. If you don't want to get hustled, because getting hustled is how people like the NFT thing. Dude, like those things are worth no money.
Nothing.
But like there's people that like thought they were hustling to get it and they got greedy and then they're like back to square one and they've like lost thousands. It's sad, but like you gotta find ways to like hustle and keep it going. But it's just, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, and I feel, you remember how when we were growing up, we'd always make fun of like old people, be like, back in my day, we didn't have cable television.
Now you see it now.
And now I'm like, fuck, dude, back in my day, I worked like 5 jobs and rode my bike around to see where my friends were at.
Yeah,
now you guys, 13-year-olds on like Instagram, dude.
Exactly.
And it's just like,
The metaverse type shit.
dude,
Crazy.
it's just like so wild. Like I feel like we kind of get a glimpse into like what our grandparents saw. Like we don't, not like the world wars and stuff. Like my grandfather died in August 22 last year. This dude was 95 years old. So this guy saw, you know, world wars, saw, you know, Vietnam, Korean
saw the
War.
iPhone, saw the internet.
Yeah, saw the iPhone, the internet, saw like, you know, saw Trump, saw Trump go from reality to fucking to president.
That's wild. So wild.
And then like, you know, couldn't escape. And like, I always joked with him. I was like, hey man, I was like, you escaped polio epidemic by like 2 years. God was not letting you out without another one. Like he wanted you to see it all. And it's crazy because like now I think we're seeing all like the changes that like we probably never thought would happen,
100%.
dude. Like I love Instagram or TikTok when it's like old 90s commercials
Same
and
here,
shit.
bro.
And it's like,
I love
oh,
those.
dude, like, or it's like old forgotten foods and shit.
I love those, bro.
Dude, like,
even soda cans, like Surge. Remember Surge,
dude,
bro?
Surge was the shit,
the shit,
dude.
bro.
I love Surge.
Yeah.
Surge was the best, man.
So fucking fire.
Yeah, dude, it's like crazy. Dunkaroos, although I think they made a
Yeah,
comeback.
that's right.
Do you remember the purple and green ketchup from Heinz?
Oh
They made
my
like squeezed
God,
ketchup,
no,
purple
I
and
do remember
green.
that. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's like shit.
I remember
like,
the green one. I don't
dude, the
remember
green
the
one.
purple
Oh,
one,
the
yeah.
purple one was sick. They made a yellow one, and it was like people were like, we thought it was
Mustard?
mustard. Yeah, tastes like ketchup, but looks like mustard. I was like, dude, that's false advertising. But it's like, it's so wild, like the way we see things change, and like, you know, even growing up, like remember the DARE program?
Yeah.
And like
that's
you
coming
know,
back.
They're bringing back DARE. I
Yeah.
hope they stop fucking telling people how marijuana is a gateway
I know.
drug. I'll tell you right now, I've never smoked marijuana and been like, you know what I want? Meth. Like that's insane. They were like, marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm like, no, alcohol is a gateway drug, dude. That's the biggest drug in the world, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Like
it's true. That's very true.
It's crazy, dude. But it's just like now, like, yeah, like, you know, we see times changing where like marijuana is like, you know, less, like the war on drugs is like less. I mean, mushrooms just got passed, I think, out
dude,
here,
yeah.
like, or became a misdemeanor and shit. So it's like, there's so much good happening, but I feel like it also gets overshadowed by all the bad. And just like, it's crazy, man. It's wild. Cause you know, I was talking to somebody, I was talking to a comic about this today or yesterday. He's saying like, you know, the big thing right now in Hollywood's like the AI stuff.
Right.
And he's like, bro, you gotta understand, the one thing AI can never take away is comics.
Exactly.
He goes,
Exactly.
no one would go, no one's gonna pay to go see a hologram
Right.
do joke. Have you ever done ChatGPT writing a joke?
Yeah, it's fucking
First
terrible.
off, they won't write certain jokes, which is
that's true.
dumb. It's so dumb. It's so gay, dude.
It's
So dumb. You see, even shit like that, me saying that, people get weird about. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I grew up in a time where like it's not. I never want to offend anybody.
Right.
Like I don't. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I'm also coming to the conclusion, like, you're not going to please everybody, but like, I can't be worried about offending one person. It's like, and it's like, you know, it's one with stuff like that. We made them derogatory words.
True.
Like, we took something and just made it like, and made it in a, like in a negative way. But like growing up, like that was just like a thing that everybody said. And it like, and I, cause I feel weird about it. Cause I'm like, I say it and I'm like, fuck, I don't know if anyone's gonna be like,
dude.
somebody watching this right now might be like, I can't believe he would say that. Like he's
100%.
like, you know, I'm a straight white guy. And it's like, yeah, it's like, but that doesn't reflect who I am. You don't know, dude, like I have family members, my best friend, like, I'm not, so it's not like, it's not, everyone's like, well, there's nicer ways to say it's like, but it doesn't mean, you don't have to make it mean in a bad thing. It's just like, yeah, I could say like, oh, that's dumb. And then it's like, but I guess like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's such pros and cons with it. But anyway, fuck, what was I going before I got onto that chant? Fuck.
You're talking to a comic.
Oh yeah. It's just like, yeah, you can't get rid of like comics will never go anywhere. And like, who know, we don't know. You know, with the strikes ending and stuff, we don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah,
agreed.
It could be a 5-year thing and we're right back to where we are. Yeah. And, you know, it at the end of the day, man, it's all a business.
It's all a business.
And it's all about making money.
Yep.
It's what do you bring to the table? How are you going to make us money? Like, yeah, if you're Martin Scorsese, you don't have to worry.
Exactly.
And he's a big advocate. And I appreciate what he's saying about like independent filmmaking and like how like, you know, the studios don't give a shit about it anymore. And it's true. They care about money. That's why they remake things that don't need to be remade.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
like they're making like a live version of Bambi. Why? Who cares?
Did you hear about this?
What?
How Bambi, they're going to make him transgendered?
Deers can't be transgendered. How
they're
the fuck
doing
is that? How is that possible?
I have no idea. I just heard that today with another comic.
Dude, I like what I love about film and movies and stuff like that, besides it being entertaining, is like it makes you think like intellectually as a human about like real stories, real life things. Like, you know, I like one of my favorite movies is American History X, and I think
great
movie,
great fucking movie.
But it's like it's a great movie because it teaches you about redemption and how hate can fill your heart. But when you give yourself the chance, like you literally can overcome anything. Right. I mean, there's also so much controversy just with the director. Do you ever read about the director in that movie?
I think I've heard a little bit.
Dude, so the director, I forget his name, but the ending of the movie wasn't the way he wanted it. The studio made him change it.
That's right.
So he said like, I'm not putting my name on it. So he put it says directed by Humpty Dumpty. And then like apparently like Edward Norton went in and like added in a bunch of more scenes of him in it and shit like that. Anyway, there was a controversy, but that's another story. But the thing is like that's a great movie that shows like redemption and things like that. And it's real and it's true. And you can see that in life. And yeah, there should be transgender movies and, you know, like gay stories and stuff like that people can watch and relate and be like, this is real. But to do it with Bambi, it's like that doesn't. It's literally about a deer. It's a made up story. It's a made up cartoon from like 80 years ago. That like why what is that? What does it matter?
And it takes away from all the other transgendered stories that mean something to people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I was just talking about someone again. It's like the repurposing of just like the Little Mermaid, how she was black. Like, dude, you can't make a movie about MLK. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, they're just taking movies and repurposing them with their ideology.
Where it's like, no, get real original stories.
Dude.
I love the movie.
Like Black Panther, bro. That's an amazing fucking movie.
Did you ever see the Moonlight? You ever see that movie?
Oh my god, dude!
Moonlight is one of my favorite movies, bro.
Bro, that is
Moonlight is so good.
I picked that to win that year, and I was so happy.
I was so happy it won
because it's a good fucking. It was authentic movie about a gay black kid and his struggles
as growing up in the hood with a mom who's addicted to crack, bro. And like, you know, it's such a good movie, and that's a story that matters, that people watch it and go, this is happening. This is happening it's not in my area, but this is a real thing.
Yes. And you as a white dude, a straight white dude, can relate to something like that because it's like you relate to the hardships of being authentic in yourself.
Yeah. And like I watch it and like I have sympathy and be like, I as bad as my life might seem, like there's people that struggle more. The whole, I just like the whole cartoon thing and stuff like that to me is just like, what a waste of money. And it's definitely playing to like, I don't know, man. I don't want to speak for that community because I'm not a part of it. But like, I feel me knowing who I am, if I was a part of that community, I'd be like, hey, take that money and invest it in a real story that can matter.
Right.
And get people to understand stuff, not about a deer. Like the story is about an orphan. Literally, the story is just about an orphan and finding a family amongst misfits. Like that's what it is. Like it has nothing to do with the sexuality, this orientation, nothing. It's like take that money and invest it in a story that matters. Invest it in a trans comic and give them a Netflix special. Like give them a special.
Exactly.
Like that would do so much better. It would give so much more awareness to people that need awareness and stuff. And like I said, like I'm not a part of the community, but I understand like they want their voices to be heard and let them be heard. And their voices aren't being heard from from fucking Bambi.
No, it's not, dude.
Doesn't Bambi get shot anyway? Or his mom gets shot. His mom gets shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler if you haven't seen the movie from 1925. But it's just like, yeah, dude, like that has so much more effect in doing those stories. Like, yeah, Moonlight tackled issues about being, you know, like once again, like I'm not a part of this community, but it tackled issues about sexuality, about families with addictions, poverty, growing up black. It's like stuff that I can't relate to, but I can see now I see it with my eyes and I go, this is happening. It's not happening in my life, but people go through this. And then it also is like Mahershala Ali is in 15 minutes of that movie, but he's so good. But it's like, but then it shows the
father figure.
Yeah. The father figure and the compassion that people might not have and how your father figure can come from anywhere. Like, I'm pretty like I forget like what his role is. Like is he like a drug dealer?
He's a drug dealer.
Yeah, drug dealer.
Selling drugs to people in the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like here, it's like a catch-22 where it's like here's a guy supplying and inevitably kind of keeping that life of this kid,
right?
But finds sympathy in like taking this kid in and he has like it shows like like. How I'm choking up. No, I'm just kidding. I burped. I just burped. Man, just full of tears. Like, oh my God. But it shows like he finds sympathy. Like he's doing what he has to do to survive. And he realizes that he's not the solution. This is how I looked at it. He's not the solution. He's part of the problem. But what can he do to help be a solution in that problem is like take this kid in. So it's like, yeah, it's like that story matters and Bambi and the thing too with like the Black Little Mermaid, I didn't see it, but I also was like, okay,
yeah,
I don't care what she is.
It's
a mermaid, dude. Right? They're not real. They're not real. It shouldn't matter. Yeah. If she's the best actor in the room, then give her the job. Yeah, don't be like, why can't it be that she was the best actress for the job? Why does it have to be she's black? No, she was the best actress for the job and she did the job. And I know the next one too is that girl from
the Snow White.
Yes,
yeah,
dude,
bro.
You knew where I was going. West Side Story.
Yeah, I think she's gonna
Hispanic.
I think she fucking got fired. I think they're gonna reshoot it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not, but
why?
Because of stuff that she said. Like,
what did she say?
Well, she was like saying stuff that like, yeah, I deserve to get paid more because I'm in the dress all day. No one knows what that sounds like. While the writers were on strike, not being able to pay rent. So it not only is there controversy with her being Hispanic, but now there's controversy of her saying the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem when people get their breaks too early.
Oh yeah.
She got West Side Story while she was in high school, right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I love that movie. I love Spielberg's take on it. A lot of people don't know this about me. I fuck with musicals hard.
That's weird.
Dude, no. Right? No, it is. It's so weird, bro. During the pandemic, I took tap dancing lessons because I want to learn. Dude, I fucking love musicals, bro. Gene Kelly's my god.
Oh, he's amazing,
dude,
bro.
If you asked me to like, if I could have like 3 people at my like dinner table that are alive, it'd be like, I don't know, like Kurt Cobain, Jesus, and Gene Kelly. I don't know.
That's a good trio.
It's a good trio. Yeah. But I love musicals. So she was really good in that. But like, dude, it's like you got so lucky. That you didn't have to. You're not a student. She probably would have went to like NYU,
yeah, exactly,
or Juilliard or something. Paid $250,000 coming out of school. You're gonna grind for about 6 years. You're gonna have to get jobs here and there and hope for your big break. But like getting it at 17 years old and now this and then like it's, I don't know what the life was like on the set. But if it's what you said about her being in a dress, I'm kind of like, that doesn't entitle you to get paid more.
That's your job.
Yeah, it's your job. That's being like a construction worker, being like, hey man, I'm wearing a vest all day and a hard hat. I want to get more money than the manager who's on a clipboard in a trailer. It's just like, it's part of your job. It is what it is. You're paid to do your job. And like all of us, dude, it's like, you know, you just have to do it. But like, dude, what? I didn't know they were reshooting it. I saw that I did see that she said how it's misogynistic and like he kisses her without consent. And it's like, dude, these are fairy tales. It's supposed to be something. The story is about, you know, waiting for your Prince Charming and they find, like, this is how I look at it. It's like a nursery rhyme, dude. It's like, you know, it's like Mother Goose or something. It's like, bro, there's stories. And, you know, it's, I guess like, as like, I understand that mindset of like how it could be conveyed. Like, look, he doesn't get, I'm like, yeah, but the story is about waiting for your Prince Charming. And that the thing that wakes you up is, maybe I'm confusing it with Sleeping Beauty, whatever it is, but it's like that one true love kiss changes everything and stuff. And, you know, it's like, so I saw her saying that. And then I know like the writer's family came out and being like, this story, like our grandfather wrote this like 70 years ago. Like it's not about that. And I know there was controversy about the dwarfs and stuff like that. And once I don't know, man. I just feel like the arguments people put in could be put into like better arguments of like advocating for stories about, you know, like things that matter. Like they're all, it's like, dude, I don't know, like Willy Wonka, they used, when they remade that, or not the new one, the one with Johnny Depp, they used one guy and they still kept him like I guess he wasn't like the Oompa Loompa, was like very tiny. I was like, it's just, I don't know. I think there's a lot of arguments and people just have argument. Sometimes it's that thing, like, do you argue just to argue? Yeah. So it's like,
well, brother, I got to cap it here. I got to hit a mic.
No, it's all good, dude.
Brother.
I love it.
Hey, dude, I appreciate you coming in last
Appreciate
minute.
you having me, man. This is great.
Fucking let people know where they can find you on the socials.
Yeah, you guys can give me a follow at Thomas Everett Mitchell on Instagram. Also, the podcast I run, the Hell Yeah Guys on Instagram and YouTube as well. We got a lot of content coming out. And then, if anybody's watching this in Philadelphia, I'll be at the City Winery October 27th with Michael Lenoci and Anthony Storiti, and then Helium Comedy November 8th with Pat House. And then, also, I didn't plug it, but I co-produce shows at Haha Comedy Club every Sunday at 7 p.m. Flashback Showcase. So if you're a comic also looking to get some stage time at an LA club, hit me up. Great opportunity. Jesse's going to do one pretty soon. And then, got some, might be running a show down in the West Side with some people in Santa Monica. You know, just always trying to find something, dude. Got to hustle. Hustle, don't get hustled.
There you go. I love that, dude. All right, everybody. Thank you again, Thomas. Appreciate you coming here. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening, brother. Later.